Awesome. So as I mentioned before, if you're just joining, Mark and Shannon will be here in just a few moments. I'm the moderator. We're really excited to have you guys all here. It's going to be super awesome, full of energy. I hope you guys are really ready. We really look forward to this. Hi, Sylvia. How you doing? Sylvia's on our team, and we're really excited to have her. All right. Hi, Emmanuel. Lots of you guys joining. All right, Kyle. Oh, Kylie, another Australia. Thanks for taking the time to join. We're really excited to have you. Hey! And we're here.
Welcome. You guys can rock out with us.
Rock out with us a little bit.
Nothing like an afternoon rock out.
That's right.
Yeah.
So prepare to be thunderstruck today.
We like to have fun when we train.
Fun.
I hope that's okay with you guys. We're going to bring the energy. That's right.
Awesome. All right. Well, welcome to Speaking Rocks. Monetize your message fast. We're Mark and Shannon. We're so excited to be here with you today.
Totally.
And really give you some really powerful tools and really give you the opportunity to use speaking to grow your business really, really fast.
That's right. It's going to be an awesome training. Yes, fantastic. So let's take care of some housekeeping things before we dive into the training today. So if you have anything that rings or dings, go ahead and turn that off and really give yourself the gift of being present and being here now. You know, in this crazy day and age with technology and, you know, everybody's into instant gratification and all of that, you know, to just give yourself the next 90 minutes to just be here now without any distractions. So grab yourself a notebook and a pen. You are going to learn so much in today's presentation. And even if you walk away with one single gem, that single gem could be more impact, more of your movement, and a whole lot more money in your bank account. That one single gem could be an extra 6 figures or more. So give yourself the gift of being here now.
That's right. And you know, one of the things we're going to teach you a lot about is communication and marketing. And today's day and age, it's no longer the information society, it's the attention society. And social media and little tools like this are all trying to grab your attention. Even Shannon and I, we want to grab your attention today because we have some things that are going to share with you that are going to make a big impact. Just understanding that it's your attention. And so we've been trained to multitask. We're going to invite you to close your Facebook, close any other browsers, shut your door, announce to your family or anyone that you're in your home that you're going to
your office
where you're at for the next couple hours, that you want to be focused and really take this in, because we're going to be teaching you about speaking and how we view speaking to dramatically change our life.
And not just our life, but the lives of our clients as well, you know. And so we're really excited because, you know, we've done this webinar a couple times now, and every single time people are moved and inspired, and the impact that comes out of the knowledge and the information that you're about to learn, we know what's possible for you. So if you're just joining us, go ahead and type into the chat your name and where you're from so we can welcome you to the call.
We got Gary from Escondido,
Yay!
Cheryl from Buena Park,
Yay!
Schwinn, awesome, thank you.
Excellent.
Power Me Up,
Woo!
yes. You guys are rolling on for
Michael
Parte,
Ann,
Michael Ann, yes.
Nancy Rockstar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mary from Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
Kylie from Australia. Welcome, Kylie.
Emmanuel from San Francisco.
Good to see you all.
Emmanuel, yeah.
Have a drink on me, yes.
Lawrence from Toronto, from all over the world. And that's the power of doing a webinar, by the way, which we're going to get into deeper, how you could actually do this for yourself. Some of you might already be doing webinars, but through the power of speaking and the internet, you have the power to reach people all over the world. So as we're training you and you're learning, we want you to realize you could be doing this for yourself. It's not that hard. And we're going to show you how to do it in a simple, easy step-by-step way and how to monetize it, baby. That's right. And have fun doing it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so one of the things we want to remind you of is that Firefox sometimes have a little bit of an issue with the platform that we're using, Webinar Jam. And so if you are on Firefox or any browser, if we get frozen and it's kind of spinning, just hit the reset, the reset button or refresh button on your browser, and you'll be able to continue. It'll pick right back up.
Dr. Curtis from Kansas, Teresa from Hawthorne,
Carol from Seattle,
Mary Beth from Sacramento,
Wendy
Brenda from Utah. Welcome
everyone. This is fantastic.
Coming on board.
This is a part. This is, you know what? This is a speaker party.
It's a speaker partay.
Speaker partay.
That's right. That's right.
So we have a lot in store for you today. We're just kind of waiting for people to come on live. We've got several hundred people enrolled today, several hundred people that'll show up. So we're excited to have you and share with you how speaking rocks. Monetize your message fast. And for many of you, we understand you. We have been where you're at. I know for me and for Shannon as well, we spent a lot of time, far too much time and money trying to get online and do what all the internet marketing gurus told us. But it wasn't until we got into speaking and mastered speaking that we were able to monetize our message fast and then hire the experts that really truly know how to give you an online presence that works. Not something that you're trying to learn something new on and always trying to figure it out, but really to instead be in your genius zone, sharing your message, and giving people an opportunity to work with you and change their lives.
Totally.
So we're going to show you how to do that
Melody
today.
says, hey, Mark and Shannon, love you too. Yay, Melody.
Yay, Melody.
Debbie from Florida. Karen from Trinidad.
Wow,
That's
nice.
fantastic. Yay. Deborah from Toronto. Hi from Toronto. That's fantastic. Awesome. Well, welcome. Yay.
So we're going to be sharing our screen with a PowerPoint presentation. We'll take you through that today briefly. We will be going until for about an hour and a half. So I have no idea what time it is in your world, except that it's now. And now is the best place to be, is it not?
Totally.
So I would say with that, babe, any other announcements that we need to say before we start?
Just in case you're just joining us, grab yourself a pen and a notebook, turn anything that rings or dings, go ahead and turn that off. If you have any open browsers, Facebook, email, go ahead and shut that down for now. You know, that your email can wait, I promise. You know?
Those things will also give you a better bandwidth so that you can stay with us.
Exactly. And then if they do have any circle of indecision spiraling, what do they do?
Just hit the refresh of your browser.
On your browser. Yes. Awesome.
Okay, so one of the things I'd like you to do is if you're speaking now, type yes or no into the chat.
Yeah, okay? If you're speaking now, say yes into the chat so we have a good sense as to how many of you are actually speaking already. And if you're not, that's fine too. Go ahead and say no.
And no,
not yet.
Right. And no would mean like you've only had a couple of gigs, but you're meant to. Yeah. Yes would mean you're consistently speaking. Look at all of those.
Yay,
yes, no,
fantastic.
yes, no. Kyle, yes. Raj, yes.
Elaine,
Mark, Andy, yes.
Awesome.
Sunny, yes.
Fantastic.
Not yet, Christy. Good.
Yes.
I train speakers. Way to go,
Excellent,
Carol. Megan,
yes.
not yet. Carla, not yet. Ann, not yet. Great. Aspiring speakers. This is the way to go.
Nice. And it's a pretty good mix.
Pretty good mix. And if you're already speaking, I already know we're going to give you distinctions that take it to another level. We've trained hundreds of speakers, showing them how to take what they're doing already on stage and monetizing it 10x.
Yeah.
So we're going to share with that a little bit.
10x. Yes.
10.
Yeah.
10. Great.
Awesome. Are we ready to dive in?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
Well, we have more and more people showing up. Look at all this people just showing up. This is fantastic.
And if you're just joining us, if you're already speaking, go ahead and type yes into the chat. And if you're not speaking yet, type not yet. And that gives us a good sense as to,
how to tempo our content.
Who's here with us today, and we can kind of customize the content for you.
Yep. So we're Mark and Shannon. We are the co-creators of Big Impact. We are also a husband and wife team.
It's true.
Yes. I'm a very lucky man, and we've been able to do things together that we were never able to do on our own. One of those is make whoopee.
Oh!
And lots of it.
FYI.
Just in case.
Yeah, exactly.
TMI.
Just in case you're wondering. Yeah.
So it's what makes the world go round, right? So let's also make the world go round in a better way with, we're going to share with you now our PowerPoint.
Awesome. Great. Yeah, you guys are laughing. Yeah.
All right, so you're going to see rock stars associated with Mark and Shannon and with speakers, because rock stars make a difference in the world. They don't make any apologies for the style of hair, what they wear, whether they live out loud their thoughts and beliefs. They have an opinion, and they don't care what people think.
Mm-hmm.
They play hard, they work hard, and they're there to make a difference in the world. Look at the Madonnas, the Led Zeppelins,
Lady Gaga,
mm-hmm. Prince. These are all rock stars that have changed the world through their attitude and through their words,
through their message,
and through their message.
Yeah. And so today you're going to learn how to monetize your message and how to do it in literally 3 simple steps. We're going to show you how to get the free talks in your own backyard, whether you're talking local gigs, live in person, or even online gigs like a webinar or a teleclass. So we'll go deeper into that, and we'll show you how to turn these free talks into $10,000 or more every single time you take the stage.
That's right.
It's awesome.
So what we know is that if you're on this call, it's because you are here to make a big impact. You're here to make a difference in the world. And, this is, I remember there was a moment where Shannon and I were on one of our favorite hikes called Peña Adobe. And it's a great little area where you walk up and you're able to look down all the way into the Napa Valley, or you turn and look the other way and you can look into the Sacramento Valley here in Northern California. And this was a special day that we were on this hike. You want to tell them a little bit more about it?
We had just started dating maybe a month before that. And we were really trying to land on our brand and our message. And Mark has years and years experience as this guru branding specialist working with some of the biggest corporations in the world. And I have a big background doing a lot of big multi-speaker events, sharing the stage with some of the top names in the seminar industry. And so we were trying to figure out how are we going to bring all this together? And we had done some interviews, like interviewing our clients and finding out what is it that they really want. And, they all wanted to make a bigger difference. Yep. That was one of the biggest themes, So if you want to make a bigger difference, you are definitely in the right place. And so then when we were kind of noodling over our brand and the message, I felt like impact. And I'm like, big impact. And I look over at Mark, and he had spun his wheels for years with his niche and his brand and all of these pieces. And there was such a certainty and a confidence that I saw him in. And we were in this like really steep hill, and I just saw him like trucking up the hill, like, ooh, big impact health, big impact wealth, big impact sex. Yes, big impact.
It was the moment I had been waiting for, because I knew it would come. It took far too long.
And so we now refer to that hike as Big Impact Hill.
That's right.
And that is where the download came to us. And so you are here on planet Earth to make a big impact.
We believe that is your calling, and in your purpose of your life as a human being is to understand the big impact that you're here to make.
Mm-hmm. Okay? And in your heart, you know that more is possible.
It is. So if you feel a calling, there's a tribe calling you. Your people are waiting for you. In Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, what I want you to look at is that he's a leader. Look at all those people showing up to create social change. So if you're called to make a difference, you're called to be a leader. So if you're not speaking now, you need to be, because leaders are speakers and speakers are leaders.
And the world needs your special message now more than ever before. And there is no accident that you heard about this presentation, that you got the call. This was not a big public offering that we advertised all over the place. It was literally just a hand-selected group of our dear friends and partners. You may have heard about it through our list and our community, but you heard the call and you answered it.
And you responded.
And I really want to just take a moment to acknowledge you for that, because there's a lot of places you could be during a day like today, and you could, easily get distracted with a lot of other things. And in your heart that the world needs your message.
I mean, if you look at where we're at politically in our country, where we're at economically, the world, our environment, what is your cause? The world is looking for teachers. The world needs your voice, and it needs your special message now more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time to leave your heart print on the world. As a matter of fact, I want to go back to that really quick. When you look at that, imagine every one of those lights on the planet Earth shining up as someone speaking their message. And when that message is spoken, and it's spoken in a way that's heard and relevant, and we're going to tell you how to do that, that light becomes brighter and it impacts more lives. Course in Miracles says that you need to bring the light to the darkness, and then when you do, the world will change.
So here's what you're going to learn today, okay? You're going to learn 5 simple strategies to get more speaking gigs this week, right away. You're also going to learn our 3-step Speak Your Path to Cash system on how to monetize your message fast. And you're going to learn 12 different types of speaking that can generate an additional $10,000 or more every single time you take the stage.
You're also going to learn how to use speaking to step into your calling and create a movement. So we got a lot to cover today, because we're also going to show you how to overcome the fear of public speaking and in self-sabotage. And here's one of the things that we've heard. Even the most called speaker, as you step more into your message, you have things that come up, and we're going to show you that because this is being shared nowhere else that I know of. It's good stuff.
And, it all comes down to small speaking gigs in your own backyard. By simply booking small speaking gigs, you will attract a flood of high-paying customers like bees to honey, baby.
Yeah, most people have an envision of these big keynote stages, but we made hundreds of thousands and now millions of dollars with small speaking engagements in your own backyard. We call it signature talk marketing, and it works.
And plan to stay all the way through this presentation, because we have a free extra bonus, a surprise bonus for you that's super hot. You want to tell them about it, baby?
You're going to get the special report, the 6 most profitable niches for speakers. And so stay till the end, and we'll share that with you so you can get that in your hot little hands.
Especially if you've been spinning your wheels with your niche and trying to figure out what your message is, that is going to be a really valuable resource. And if you already are pretty clear about who you work with, we want to make sure that you're choosing the most profitable niche to get you on the court and attracting clients right away. So definitely stay all the way through the end.
Yeah, and so I just got a note from our wonderful
moderator.
Yeah,
yes.
I need to share differently because they're seeing all of our little slides here.
Oh, okay, great, awesome. Yes, okay, cool. Let us know. Hopefully it's showing up the right way on your end.
It will now.
Yes, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, awesome. So Nicole, just shoot us a text and let us know that that's working and you can see it. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're definitely going to want to stay all the way through the end, not only to get that special bonus report of the 6 most profitable speakers and the most profitable niches, but something pretty remarkable happened to us. And in today's training, we're going to share with you exactly what we did.
What we did to make over $400,000 in our first 10 months of business without a business card, and most importantly, without a website. This is the key and the power of speaking. We did it all through speaking, using our 3-step Speak Your Path to Cash speaking system.
And it was a high. I remember our first 6-figure event, and now Mark had done tons of events. I had done tons of events. We had a lot of failures before this happened. And when we finally cracked the code, it was like a high like none other. It was like multiple orgasms, honestly, that you want to have over and over and over again. And we want that for you. Yeah.
Yes. So we want to share with you the very thing that changed everything for us. Small speaking gigs in our own backyard with our Speak Your Path to Cash system. Like we said, we call it signature talk marketing. And the best part is this is a simple system that deeply aligns your business with your calling and your style and allows it to become your own spiritual practice. So, this is extremely powerful. And, it's exactly what our clients who pay us $50,000 for this one-on-one support to work with them to master the Speak Your Path to Cash system. system. Those are people that want to play big. For a lot of other people, they're able to join us. They're able to take this content and go out there and start making money right away.
And the cool thing is you're going to learn the entire system for free, baby.
Free, baby.
On today's webinar. So definitely plan on running through the finish line, staying with us till the very end. We will be opening it up for questions, and we'll be connecting with you through the chat.
Right.
So we'll share with you, there's a lot of benefits of speaking, and you may even want to take a screenshot, like with your phone, of this slide, and there's a couple others.
When it's all done, we'll tell you.
Yep. So obviously it allows you to attract a flood of high-paying clients. We've been talking about that already.
You gain more visibility, way more than having a relationship with your monitor trying to figure out funnels.
It helps you to easily sell your programs, your products, your services.
It's the ultimate leverage because you're able to talk to someone as a group as opposed to just one-on-one.
Mm-hmm. It helps you fill your coaching or consulting practice.
It allows you to connect with industry leaders.
It helps you to find JVs or joint venture partners, collaboration partners who want to promote you and your work in the world.
And most importantly, it's free marketing that works and makes you lots of money.
Totally. In fact, if you can just go right back one step. And so go ahead and take a screenshot of this slide and then go ahead and put into the chat, what are your goals with speaking? Do you want to use speaking to fill your retreats? Do you have a product you want to sell? Do you want to leverage your time? Maybe you're, working a lot with one-on-one and you're like, man, I got to leverage my time. Otherwise I'm going to burn myself out. Where are you at in your business? Let us know. What are your goals with speaking?
Very good. And then here in about 2 or 3 minutes, Nicole, you can just come on with your voice and share some of those answers. Okay. So also there's 12 different types of speaking. Webinars, just like right here.
Internet radio.
Teleseminars.
Blogs.
Guest interviews.
Television.
YouTube.
Seminars.
Guest speaking.
Workshops.
Telesummits.
Expert panels.
And go ahead and take another screenshot of this. It allows you to see that speaking has become a new way. Now that people are given a voice through the internet, there are tons of ways of being able to use speaking. And what will never die and always be important is bringing people together live for there to be an expert at the front of the room that gives them some advice, direction, and consulting as a speaker. And so it's a great way to monetize your message fast.
Totally. And I love this picture.
So many great responses, you guys.
Yeah, tell us, what are their goals?
Their goals are to gain more visibility from Karen and from sell home study courses and audios, gain more visibility, attract high-paying clients, leverage time in selling products. So many great things here.
Nice.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Thanks for all that, you guys.
Love it. You guys are definitely in the right place.
Now we're going to show you how to attract a flood of clients at your next speaking gig and making a fortune with speaking gigs in your own backyard. This is our Speak Your Path to Cash system. Find your voice and monetize your message. So it's really important, in order to notice the cause and effect language there, in order for you to monetize your message, you must find your voice. And that's beyond the scope of today. We're going to give you some little things on that, but the Speak Your Path to Cash system works simply because, number one, you got to get the speaking gigs. Good old Tony Robbins, a great example of in our world of someone who's been able to find his voice. So you got to get the speaking gigs.
And speaking gigs are everywhere. You might be thinking, well, where do I get the speaking gigs? It's actually one of the number one questions that we get. And so later we'll share with you the 5 main ways to get more speaking gigs. But just to give you a sense as to where the speaking gigs are, Meetup is an amazing resource.
Women's groups are running like crazy. Men's groups as well.
Rotary.
Chamber of Commerce.
Association meetings. I mean, there is an association for everything. There's like the Quilt Makers Association. And guess what? They bring in speakers.
And they can often have tens of thousands of members too.
There's the Dental Association, Doctor Associations, Holistic Practitioner Association. eWomen Network is another great resource.
It really is. Holistic Chamber of Commerce. Expert panels. These are all, when you start looking for speaking gigs, you start seeing them everywhere you turn your head. And then it's a matter of knowing how to get the gig. Which we share with you later.
And so if you've seen a speaker on stage, whether it's like right now during this webinar, right, we're sharing our message. This could be you sharing your message with your audience and your ideal clients. If you go to a networking event and you're sitting in the audience and they bring in a speaker every single time, that could be you. So there's opportunities everywhere.
Step number 2, you got to offer a free gift. So many times the mistake that we see speakers make is they're going old school and they're making a big offer on small stages, or they don't even know how to make an offer and they think that they can. That's a skill set you got to learn. So why not, when you have a room of 20 to 40 people, why not just lead with generosity and really offer a free gift? It's powerful, and you get a lot of people in the room to raise their hand and say yes.
Now, this free gift, we call this your little pink spoon. So you've probably been to Baskin Robbins before, okay? And if you're trying to choose, is it going to be a Jamocha almond fudge kind of day or a mint chocolate chip kind of day? And what do they give you if you want a sample? They give you a little pink spoon to try which flavor you like best, so then you can make a decision about which ice cream you're going to have that day, okay? So your free gift should be what we call your little pink spoon. And this is like a strategy session or a discovery session. It's your enrollment conversation, or maybe it's a special report to bring people into your world, or a seminar or a workshop, a video series perhaps. Or if you have a more traditional business, like maybe you're a mortgage broker or you're a financial planner or a realtor, you might just set the appointment. Okay, so rather than making a big offer for your Bali retreat or your 90-day program or, your whole enchilada at these small speaking gigs, offer a free gift, offer your little pink spoon, and that should be your enrollment conversation.
Right.
So essentially you're using speaking to attract more clients and more leads. You're using it as a lead generation tool.
It's the ultimate and easiest lead generation tool out there, because you don't have to build a funnel. You don't have to get out of your genius zone and figure out a whole new industry of internet marketing in order to simply get an appointment with someone who wants to talk with you.
Yep.
You can hop in your car, drive 10, 15 minutes away to a local speaking gig with 20 or 30 people, rock your talk, and walk home with 10, 15 potential clients.
Yep.
It's pretty damn amazing.
Definitely.
So here's an example of Big Impact Live. We filled that room with live speaking gigs. And when you rock your enrollment conversations, you're able to create a movement.
Yes.
You're able to have your tribe show up and pack the house. You're able to connect with them and help them see that you can solve a specific problem for them. And then, if you're like us, we party and have a great time together at Big Impact Live with our tribe. It's pretty amazing.
So it's a really great way. We've built now a 7-figure business, and in a few minutes we'll share a little bit more about our story, but we've generated over $4 million using the Speak Your Path to Cash system. Everything that we're teaching you is what we do. We eat our own cooking, baby. Yeah. So, and everybody in the tribe is using the same system as well.
So we're just now getting into webinars and online presence. These pictures were taken, and this was accomplished all through public speaking. And it's allowed us to make a fortune with small speaking gigs in our own backyard using our 3-step Speak Your Path to Cash system. Pretty hot, and we want to share it with you today.
Totally. And then, of course, the third step of the Speak Your Path to Cash system is in that strategy session or enrollment conversation. That's where you offer your hot, juicy program. So just to review the 3 simple steps. Number one is you get the gig. Then from the gig, you offer your little pink spoon or your strategy session. And then in your strategy session or enrollment conversation, that's where you offer your hot, juicy program.
Right.
And we recommend a 90-day program. You want a transformational program or package. So if you're still doing one session at a time, or you're trading services, or you're getting paid hourly, for you, we're going to help you get a new business model so you can leverage your time and make more money.
And we go deeper into that at Big Impact Live.
Yes.
Yeah. So these pictures are great to look at. We love our tribe and we love each other. Shannon and I are soulmates that came together to fulfill a calling. And I didn't even know that really existed. I mean, I'd heard of soulmates, I'd heard of twin flames, but coming together and having them support you in what you're here to do and augment and enhance your purpose is pretty damn powerful. And it's pretty amazing. So, we started our business within 3 months, and
it was within 3 months after dating, we started our business. And 90 days later, we had our first 6-figure event.
I mean, it was like this.
It was amazing. And, you know, we want to share our story in a way that hopefully it inspires you, because we're no different. We're no different than you guys. You know, we've been to every networking event known to man. We've hired all the expensive coaches, and we just had a dream, and we didn't give up on that dream. And so, like I said earlier, when we finally cracked the code, we just wanted to shout from the rooftops and share with everybody that was hungry and ready of what's possible for themselves.
You know, babe, I just had this aha. You know, I had this dream of being a speaker and really helping people with all the things that I've been through in my life, but I didn't realize it would call in a partner. I didn't realize that pursuing that dream would call in a partner. And I see now that I needed this in order to play the game that I meant to play.
Too, baby.
And we have so many people that are able to do it on their own. We have power couples, but for what we're called to do, this was really allowed us to take it to another layer, another level. And 6 months later, we did it again. And we just continue to do this, serving people from all over the world without even having an internet presence. Pretty damn amazing.
And I've got to brag about my amazing husband here for a minute. He's an award-winning branding consultant. So he's done some of the biggest brands in the world with Harley Davidson, Aflac, Marriott, Porsche, and many more. He's led over 350 seminars and trainings and events. So he knows events and he knows the industry. And then on top of that, he's an inner game and spirituality expert studying the Course in Miracles for over 20 years and using neuro-linguistic programming to help our clients get these profound breakthroughs. You know, so Mark really brings kind of the marketing and mindset and the spirituality together in such an amazing way.
But, you know, it just wasn't always that way. I mean, my niche, such a bitch story, is I had 11 different iterations of my brand. Here I had been working with some of the biggest brands in the world, but when it came to my own, I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't see the forest through the trees. And my brand had changed so much that no one knew what I did anymore, not even me. And it was probably, you can't explain the kind of pain of that being stuck, of being brilliant, yet stuck. And I have a very clear understanding that could be you. That you are a badass in what you do and the world isn't seeing it. That you're this hidden expert that no one knows about. The nameless expert that's spending more time with your computer trying to get your message out there. And yet you have all these great things that you can do, but you're not even really sure what your message is. I know what that's like. And it was horrible. I mean, here I'm this branding and marketing expert, but I was completely stuck. The frustration, the anger, and then it becomes, after a couple of years, it becomes a debilitating self-doubt. Am I really cut out to do this? And do I just, how long does the universe need to smack me in the head before I give up and start going in a different direction and just throw in the towel and think, well, that was never for me. I was being tested, and so I isolated. I was confused about my message, and it was really quite horrible. And I remember looking in the mirror and saying, Mark, you're not living your purpose. I had tears running down my face. I was about 40 pounds heavier than I am now. And I just looked in the mirror and said, Mark, you're not living your purpose. You're not speaking. You're not doing your spiritual practice. You've forgotten yoga. And so that day, I decided to get back into my spiritual practice. I stepped fully into my calling as a speaker, even having speaking engagements with only 2 or 3 people. But it started the journey. It was powerful. I tripled my income, and then I met my amazing Queen Shannon.
Baby.
So I got to brag on her. Okay, here this young woman goes out there in her early 20s and starts the Northern California's #1 detox spa. She was the producer of multi-speaker events and created a Rolodex that I would say is the industry's envy of the kind of people that she knows. And she shared the stage with some of the world's top speakers: Laurel Langmeyer from The Secret, Mark Victor Hansen from Chicken Soup for the Soul, and others. I mean, Lisa Sasevich.
The list goes
on and on. But she was promoting other people's message. Why don't you tell them a little bit about that? Ben?
Yeah. So, I really learned a lot about the industry, and I was really seeing the top speakers in the world rock their talk, 90-minute talk, make an offer. And it was like a whole new world that I was like, wow, this is amazing. The only problem is that I was promoting everybody else's message and helping them get rich and famous and helping them have their impact. And inside, honestly, I didn't even really know what my message was. I knew I wanted to be speaking, but I'm like, I don't even know what I would talk about, you know? And it was a hard time. In addition to that, while I was seeing some of the world's top speakers, some of them did not have a whole lot of integrity. So they could sell ice to Eskimos, but it wasn't necessarily in the most integrous way. So I had a real problem with that. You know, it was these two parts within me of like, I wanted to learn and grow, but I'm like, I don't want to do it in a slimy way.
Oh yeah.
And so what happened is I ended up getting really sick. And I was admitted into the hospital. This was about a week after Mark and I started dating. And it was a Wednesday afternoon. My friend took me to the local clinic and they said, you got to get to the hospital right away. By that Saturday, I was in surgery and I had an abscess on my fallopian tube about the size of a softball. It was huge. And so they actually ended up having to take out my fallopian tube and my ovary. And this all happened very, very quickly. Unfortunately, I'm healthy and all is good and, you know, all of that. But I remember laying in that hospital bed, realizing, you know what, all the years of inner game and personal development and walking on fire with Tony Robbins and going to Landmark and doing all the seminars and listening to all the CDs or even the tapes, you know, reading all the books, I realized I wasn't sharing my gifts. I wasn't sharing all the wisdom that I had learned. And the truth was, this was a hard truth, but the truth was, if I died that day, it wouldn't have really mattered that much.
You weren't really making an impact.
I wasn't making that much of an impact in people's lives. And that was a cold, hard truth that I had to get really clear about and clean about. And I made that decision in that hospital bed to throw away all my excuses, to stop playing small and to go for my dreams and to make a big impact. So I healed and recovered, and Mark and I started our business literally 3 months later.
Yep.
By making that decision, I've got to make a bigger difference. I hired a mentor. I deepened my spiritual practice. We started our business and things started really cooking.
Since then, we got married.
Yes.
We have more freedom and fun than I ever thought we could. We went to our honeymoon in Bali in Thailand. That's our elephant Gigi.
Yes, that was awesome. So fun. Yeah.
We work from home. We have international clients, and we're having a global impact, all from local speaking engagements in our own backyard. Pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm. And since then, we've created the Big Impact brand, launching rockstar speakers all over the world. In the last 4 years, less than 4 years.
Actually, in the last year.
In the last year, sorry. Yeah, in the last year alone, the Big Impact Tribe has generated over $10 million in their businesses. And I would say that's what I'm most proud of. It's like, I'm excited we've gotten the success, but if it's not duplicatable, then what good is it? You know?
Yep.
So the impact that's out in the world as a result of our work is what humbles me the most.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And excites me the most.
Yeah. And, you know, it's one thing to talk about making money. And it's important when you're in business because you've got to be able to generate revenue in order to stay alive and and live your life. Mm-hmm. It's very important, but it's also important that you make a difference. So we've studied legacy makers. Okay. And these are people who have used speaking to step into their calling and create a movement. Martin Luther King, Brene Brown, Marianne Williamson, they all started with small speaking engagements in their own backyard. And that is really what motivates and inspires us, is when we can help this brilliant stuck expert now become an industry thought leader and create their own movement. Because your voice, your message, it could end hunger. I mean, look at that child and the mom.
Your voice, your message could end pollution.
Well, that water is nasty. Your voice, your message could end war. You know, in this country, we don't have to worry about our children hanging out with soldiers with machine guns. Wonder what kind of values that's teaching them.
Your voice, your message could change the world. No matter what your expertise is, whether you're a health expert, a relationship expert, a money expert, maybe you want to be a motivational speaker, you want to do keynotes, or you're an author, or you want to be an author. Maybe you're an amazing coach for women and you do these spectacular retreats. Whatever your message is, it could change the world.
In fact, it's the only thing that ever has. So go ahead and in the chat, type in, I would like to change the world by, and maybe you are the one who wants to change the environment, or you want to help children. Go ahead and type into that, what is the movement that you want to create?
Yeah.
Or maybe one that you're already creating. So how do you create a movement? Okay, this is powerful, and this comes directly from our study of legacy makers. Okay, so to create a movement, you must strike an emotional chord. It can't just be informational, it needs to be emotional. And you do this by solving a problem or injustice at the heart of your tribe. If you look at Martin Luther King Jr., he was solving the problem of race equality, and they were actually doing segregation at the time. So, what a huge injustice for his tribe of African Americans. And he became a voice for that. And he became an advocate for that. And ultimately, he lost his life for that. Okay, but he was a stand, and look at how the timing and the need for that it allowed him to create a legacy that will last forever. He will go down in history as the one that shifted race equality on the entire planet. Really, really powerful. So when you got to solve a problem or injustice at the heart of your tribe.
In order to create a movement, you've got to communicate a vision and possibility of change, and you've got to inspire people, right? You need to be an inspiration and show them what is possible.
And you got to give them a vision of where to go. And then ultimately, you need to provide the nuts and bolts, the practical action steps that anyone can follow. Now, Martin Luther King, he said, we will do this through nonviolent protests. Made it very, very simple. He said they're gonna be angry, they're gonna be hostile, and they will attack. They even got killed sometimes when they marched. But they agreed to do non-violent protests. And that's what he started doing all over the country, and it changed the world. So by providing the nuts and bolts, you take this vision of this visionary context and you ground it in actionable steps that people say, I can do that.
And then let's check in with Nicole. So what's their movement, Nicole? What are they wanting to get out in the world? What's their impact? What are people saying?
Looks like Joe just shared that he would like to be an instrument in the wellness industry.
Nice.
Aaron would like to promote nonviolence.
Excellent.
Some people would like to change the world by bringing joy person by person. Let's see, teaching adults to laugh and play more and take care of themselves. So lots of really good things.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Women Empowerment by MJ.
Nice. Yay, MJ. Fantastic.
Yeah. So these are patterns of legacy makers. And when you start to study people who have made an impact upon the world and the kind of impact that lasts forever, you begin to see patterns. And it's really quite amazing. And here's the number one pattern. Maybe we shouldn't share it with them.
The number one pattern.
The number one pattern of legacy makers.
I feel like there should be like a drum roll.
I do too.
Right?
Boom. Okay. Of all these patterns, the most important one to take away is small speaking gigs in your own backyard.
Every single thought leader and movement maker that we have shown here, as well as
all the others we studied,
it all started with small speaking gigs in their own backyard. In fact, Martin Luther King, guess how many seats he had in his church?
Go ahead and type that in.
Yeah, give us guess how many seats.
Give a guess.
Yeah, and as you guys are guessing, just type it into the chat. And Marianne Williamson, every single week, had her weekly gatherings in LA, and now she has since moved to New York.
I mean, she started with people.
Streams.
She started with people in her living room, and now she's bi-coastal in LA and New York, and has usually several hundred people show up live, and thousands from all over the world showing up via live stream.
And then Brene Brown with her whole movement of the power of vulnerability. You know, she really got famous on TED, and then Oprah, and her and Oprah have this whole sister goddess BFF thing going on, you know. But it all started with speaking gigs in their own backyard. And one of the reasons why it works so well is it's almost like a training ground where you get to practice your talk and you get engagement. And, I always like to say, I like to see the head nods. I like to see the eyeballs. I like to see the impact in the room, belly to belly,
Way more powerful than opt-ins and conversion rates.
Totally.
And here's the other hit on that, you guys. This is where your thought leadership is revealed to yourself. Okay, it's in your own speaking gigs in your own backyard. It's through that engagement that you will say something. You're like, I have no idea where that came from. It comes from a divine intervention as well as experience and wounds. Okay, the things that you've been through, the shit that you've had to endure in your life are there to place wisdom for you to turn into thought leadership and share with the world through your movement. And every single person you see here has done that. They've taken their wounds, they've taken their mess, they've turned it into their message, and ultimately a calling, and now a legacy. And it's important that we're doing that because we got to change. We got to change the world. We got to heal the world, and we got to heal it now.
And Marianne Williamson's famous book, Return to Love, which she got very famous for, Oprah read it and became a book club sensation and everything. Well, guess what? That book may have never gotten written if she wasn't out there speaking every single week.
Right.
And if it did get written, it definitely would not have been as good, and it would not have struck the chord universally. She knew what her tribe needed and wanted, and it was really solving an injustice and a problem at their heart. And the same thing is true for you. So, Nicole, how many seats in Martin Luther King's church? What are people guessing?
Let's see. I have 25, 100, 88, 50, 20,
nice.
50.
So whoever was 88 was pretty close.
Who was 88?
Elizabeth.
Ooh,
all right, very
really
good. Good guess. 86.
86 seats
Okay.
in his small church that created his entire movement globally.
When he did his Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech at the Lincoln Memorial, there was over 1 million people there, and it's been the largest crowd they've ever had at the Lincoln Memorial for a talk. Pretty amazing.
Nice. Awesome.
Very good. So we've been able to create our movement of Big Impact Live, helping speakers, coaches, and experts tap into the message that is in their heart and go out there and make a bigger difference with it. We call it the ripple effect. And it's amazing when someone can have an impact in their own backyard, and then that person goes and has an impact in their own backyard. It's pretty damn powerful.
Nice. And, I know that some of you are having a hard time with it's a little choppy, the connection. So should they
if they can try that, it's the internet. So sometimes it could also be the recipients are getting something different than everyone else. It doesn't mean it's across the board.
Do they refresh on their browser?
Only if it's frozen, and you won't even be hearing us. So if we're telling you to refresh.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, totally. Okay, great.
So speaking is the new marketing.
Okay. And it's the fastest way to grow your business and make a difference and ultimately change the world.
That's right. So now we want to let's take a moment to stop. Let's kind of check in with people a little bit. Whoa, I'm going to turn off the screen share. Whoa, no, not that.
There we go.
Yay,
hey,
we're back.
Okay, awesome,
all right.
Awesome.
So we just want to take a moment, let you know we're still here. We're still alive, and wanted to connect with you guys. We're so excited to have you here and have you engaged in this. We have people, hundreds of people on this webinar from all over the world, Australia, all over the place, Canada. And we always want to stop in and just let you guys know that speaking rocks. That's what this whole entire webinar is about. And if we could get you to take it, one of the things I think is really important that we want to share with you, we don't have the time to share it completely here, but it's the power of sequencing. And this is what speaking taught us more than anything. What your typical brilliant expert speaker entrepreneur is doing is you're trying to go directly online. So you're trying to learn how to do SEO or maybe even webinars. You're trying to learn how to do Facebook Live, master Facebook marketing.
Creating your funnels,
creating
and your lead
funnels,
magnets,
all this sort
and
of
your
stuff.
opt-in pages.
And I'm telling you, there is a place for that, okay? But it is not where you start your business.
Right.
The most important thing in your business is to get your message dialed in, have a perfect signature program, not a perfect, because you can be
a good enough, signature talk.
Have a powerful signature program that you can sell people into that makes a difference in their life. That's where you start, and you go to town doing that through speaking. This Speak Your Path to Cash system allows you to be able to get clients fast, so you can hire people that love the things that you're trying to teach yourself to do. And we go into that really deeply in our signature program, our signature event called Big Impact Live Speak Your Path to Cash.
Yeah, awesome.
We'll tell you more about that later.
Michael Ann says, we look marvelous. Thank you, Michael Ann.
Thank you, Michael Ann.
Thank you, it's
That's
true.
fantastic.
Yeah. One of my mentors who specifically works with women, she says, women have a hard time receiving. So when somebody gives you a compliment, say, thank you, it's true.
It's true.
So yes, thank you, it's true.
All right, so we're gonna dive back into the PowerPoint. We got lots of more content for you guys right now. So here we go.
All right. Yes.
All right. So one of the things we want to help you guys do is overcome the fear of public speaking and in self-sabotage. And anytime you step up your game in the world, you will be tempted to sabotage, to get in your way. It brings up your shit. And so if you don't have tools or a toolbox to help you address that, it ultimately will get the better of you and your business will fail.
And so here are some of the fears that could stop you. The fear of public speaking, it is the number one fear. So if we didn't address that, a lot of people deal with that, and we want to give you some resources around that.
Absolutely. I'm not ready yet. We're always getting ready to get ready. You ever notice that?
The fear of failing.
What happens if I don't do it right? I don't make it. The fear of rejection.
I'm not good enough. I'm not perfect enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not.
Fear of success. What happens if I actually start having that impact, start making that kind of money? So these are the fears that stop you. Everything from the fear of public speaking, I'm not ready, fear of failure, fear of rejection, I'm not good enough, fear of success.
There can also be, this is kind of a sneaky one of, I already know that. I already know that. And there might be some information that we're sharing with you today that you're like, yeah, I know that. I got that. That can actually be a fear. And you might not realize it's sneaky. It doesn't look like a fear, but it's actually holding you back from living your big calling. And so when you have that come up of, I already know that, what we invite you to do is look for the part that you don't know yet. Because there might be one little nugget, one little kernel in there. And so all of these fears, it's really the core of the fear of being seen.
So ultimately, in order to change, look at how Martin Luther King, look at how all those change agents made a difference in the world, but they had to allow themselves to be seen. They had to allow themselves to make a bigger difference. They had to allow themselves to be seen in their imperfection, in their vulnerability, in their flaws, and in their brilliance. So we're asking you to do a gut check and recognize that if you feel that calling, then now is the time to go world class. Now is the time to go to that next level, and you will have the fear of being seen show up. It doesn't matter how amazing you are, it shows up, and you got to have some tools to deal with it. So even the most brilliant conscious business owners and experts are often stuck in their head and spinning their wheels.
And it can be easy to, be spinning your wheels with what's going to be in my logo and what's going to be my title. And, I need a program. What's going to be in my program? Or I need to create my lead magnets and my opt-ins and my funnel. And before you know it, you're not even doing your good work in the world. You're busy creating all these funnels and online stuff, and you're not even working with your clients. And it's like, maybe I should just go get a job. And then the self-doubt starts to creep in, and you start really wondering and asking yourself, am I really meant for this? We've been there. We get it.
Without a doubt. So here's how the fear of being seen actually shows up. Avoidance and isolation. When things get tough, you often end up having a much more intimate relationship with your computer than you do your clients.
Distractions, bright, shiny object syndrome.
Yep.
A lot of entrepreneurs are guilty of this one.
Without a doubt. Yeah, because as soon as things start to get difficult or they're not producing a result, you shift gears to try something else.
Lack of clarity. spinning your wheels, just not knowing whether that's your niche or what direction to go, what your vision is.
That was me for many years. I had no idea, though, it was about being seen. Checking out food, alcohol, television, Facebook, ways of coping and soothing other than being on mission and on purpose.
Overwhelm and frustration.
So the way that you overcome the fear of being seen is you've got to get grounded in your desire to serve and inspire. You got to make it about your audience.
And you got to develop your gifts and your talents. So stop trying to fix what you perceive as broken and start shining the flashlight on all the areas that you rock in.
Yeah, if you can develop your talents as opposed to trying to fix what's broken, that right there alone, if you would take that nugget that we just gave you, your life will change completely. Okay, so please, what's interesting is both Shannon and I, we've been dating for a while, and then we realized that we both had been to graduate school to become marriage and family therapists. And so we learned all about the psychology and all about healing and family dynamics. And we both ultimately, what's interesting was we both ultimately decided to leave graduate school or the psychology program because we felt we could have a bigger difference through entrepreneurship. And one of those biggest differences is focusing on what's working, focusing on your genius zone, not where you need to improve.
And it's important to get into action and have a proven system and a plan that's actually simple to follow. Keep it simple, baby. Keep it simple. And so the inner game and spirituality pieces, it's key to healing those core wounds, whether it's I'm imperfect, I'm not enough, I'm not lovable, whatever those core wounds are within you. And we all have them. It's part of how your mess actually becomes your message by healing these core wounds. But you've got to have the inner game and spirituality tools to support you with that. Because if you don't, you're just going to revert back to old coping patterns.
And ultimately, inner game and spirituality allows your business to find the authentic uniqueness that is your essence. Okay, so everyone's trying to be different and brand themselves as unique. And ultimately, all you really need to do is to get into your inner game and spirituality, and that uniqueness emerges authentically. And that's really important when you're speaking because you're leading people. And so you got to be in your power, your authentic power. Okay, more on this in a little bit. Okay, so here's what you guys have been waiting for, most of you, is how to get the speaking gigs.
Yes,
here's five simple strategies you can use this week to get a speaking gig, okay? Because nothing's worse than showing up for an audience and no one being there, or having a great message and not having an outlet to speak it.
And it's hard to be a speaker if you don't got the gigs.
That's right.
So we got to help you get the speaking gigs. Okay.
So number one, you got to start with your circle of influence. Who do you know? Specifically, who do you know that's the head of a network or a community? Or who do you know that actually brings in speakers or creates events that people attend?
Networking, specifically networking at seminars and events for speaking gigs. You might be doing a lot of networking for clients. What would happen if when you're networking, first of all, you're going to events specifically looking for speaking gigs. And as you're networking and you're talking to other speakers, you're saying, hey, I'm looking for speaking gigs too. How could we collaborate? How can we support each other? I think that that's a big missing piece, and it's just a teeny distinction, but huge impact. Instead of networking just for clients, network for partners and network for speaking gigs.
Absolutely. And events, go to events you normally would go to. Events change lives. So if you like to go and learn, find the things you want to learn, and that is a great place to go to find opportunities to speak. Okay. Relationship building. You got to have relationship building skills. You got to know how to start a conversation, to lead that conversation and producing a fruitful result for both parties. And that takes some skill.
Yeah. And with relationship building, how can you be the light in the room? Are you an energy suck? Or do you bring the party and you uplift everybody?
No Debbie Downers.
Exactly. It's not very attractive, whether you're dating or you're looking for speaking gigs,
right.
So bring your A game and bring the light, bring the party. How can you come from a giver's philosophy? How can you be of support and value and service first without expecting anything in return. And just by doing that, I mean, it sounds so basic, and it is. Just by doing that, you literally stand out among the crowd.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. And the next thing is you want to become you want to belong to a tribe of speakers. And I'm not talking about just a basic Facebook group where people just promote themselves. I'm talking about a robust tribe where people are getting on stages, they're sharing their message, they're supporting each other and being seen. When you belong to a tribe of speakers, opportunities abound everywhere.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then this one is actually our favorite
it's brilliant.
one. So the speaking gig posse, okay? And actually out of all the different ways to get speaking gigs, this one will happen the fastest. So you team up with 3 or 4 other speakers, and as they're out in the world speaking on stages, they make an email intro to the promoter and to you and everybody else in your speaking gig posse. And then when you're out there speaking, you're doing the same thing. And so after you talk, you go up to the promoter and you say, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Promoter, this was awesome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. This was fantastic. Hey, are you looking for more awesome speakers to be able to deliver great content to your audience? And as a former promoter, that would have been music to my ears. You know, promoters have a problem. They are always looking for great content. They want to be able to give their audience really great value so that the audience keeps coming back, right? So if you can provide a solution to that problem and say, hey, you know, I'm connected with a group of speakers and I think that they would be perfect for your audience. Tell you what, I'll make it easy for you. When I get home tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll send you an email intro to each of my speaker friends. And then you send the email intro to Promoter and Mary, Promoter and John, Promoter and Sue, the other speakers in your speaking gig posse. And then they're doing the same thing for you. And this becomes like one big snowball effect.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So what have you learned today? You learned the 5 simple strategies to get more speaking gigs. We just went over that.
Mm-hmm. You learned the 3-step Speak Your Path to Cash system to monetize your message fast.
We went over the 12 different types of speaking that can generate an additional $10,000 or plus every single month.
Mm-hmm. And how to use speaking to step into your calling and create a movement.
And ultimately how to overcome the fears of public speaking, of being seen, and how to end self-sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things you got. So now you might be thinking, this is great, but how do I package my expertise?
How do I find the right audiences?
What do I put in my talk? What do I even talk about?
How can you get all that?
Well, you need a system. That's the most important thing. You need to have a system. And so we want to show you how this system works. Another shot at Big Impact Live in our amazing tribe. So here's what's interesting. Okay, this is an example, a simple theoretical example of how you can use the Speak Your Path to Cash system to generate consistent income for your business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's just say you have one speaking gig, okay? There's 30 people, and this is a speaking gig that you can drive to in 10 or 15 minutes, right in your own backyard. 30 people there. 50% say yes to your little pink spoon, and that's a conservative number when you follow the system. That leads to 15 strategy sessions or enrollment conversations. You're going to get a 30% conversion, which is about the industry average for those of you that know enrollment. 5 new clients, and we suggest that you charge them a great program, a transformational program averaging about $2,000 each.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there you have a $10,000 payday from one speaking gig in your own backyard.
And these are from free talks. And that's why we like free talks. We're not anti-keynote. Take the keynotes too. Get paid to talk. But from one free talk in your own backyard with 30 people, okay, we're not talking arenas full of thousands. You can turn that into $10,000. Let's say you did that once a month for the entire year. You have just made yourself an extra $120,000 a year, working from home, making your own hours, transforming people's lives.
And most importantly, not having to spend an ounce of time, not even a minute of time on technology.
Yep.
Now you can if you want, if you know some basic things, but then, and here's the thing, you guys, this isn't theoretical. This is what Shannon and I have done, and this is what our clients do.
Yep, totally.
Okay.
Now, for some of you, you're out there speaking already. You're overachievers, you're making it happen kind of people. Let's say you do this same system with 2 speaking gigs a month in your own backyard. Same numbers, 30 people. They say yes to your little pink spoon. You have 15 strategy sessions. You get 5 new clients out of that. Your 90-day program is at least $2,000. You did that times 2. You just made yourself how much? $20,000. Woohoo! And if you did that twice a month for the entire year, you just made yourself close to $250,000 working from home, making your own hours, not having to sit into traffic, not having to take a job, not having to answer to a boss, impacting people's lives all over the world. It's the best gig on the planet.
It really is.
Yep.
It really, really is.
And you might want to take a screenshot of this one as well.
Yep.
Yes. And also share with us in the chat what have been your favorite pieces of what we've shared with you so far.
Yeah, what's been your biggest takeaway today?
Yeah, what's been your biggest aha? Was it the numbers we just showed you with the Speak Your Path to Cash system? Was it the movement and the difference that you can make? Maybe we said something about the fear of being seen that you're like, ooh, yes, that's me. So let us know what your biggest takeaways have been so far.
That's right.
Yes.
So, and this is exclusively for experts, speakers, and coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And what we want you to understand is that we believe that experts, speakers, and coaches are the ones that are going to make a difference in the world.
Mm-hmm. And actually, go back 1 second to those numbers, because that's just a sexy slide. I want to make sure that everybody gets a screenshot of that. Can we go back?
I'm trying.
Okay. And then Nicole, let us know. Let us know what people's takeaways have been. What are they sharing?
So far, they're sharing. I'm seeing a lot of fear of being seen. Speaking gig posse. Let's see. Takeaway is, let's see. Sorry, they're coming in so fast.
I know, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah.
Focusing on strengthening the strengths instead of focusing on weaknesses. A lot of people are just saying the fear of being seen is really powerful for them.
Nice. Yes. Yeah, that's a game changer.
Yeah, and that's something we expected, because that's the thing that's stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have a mechanism in place to get out there and be seen.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead, take a screenshot of the Speak Your Path to Cash and the numbers to show you what's possible. And you might be thinking, well, shit, I need more help getting the speaking gigs, or, how am I going to get 50% of the room to say yes to my little pink spoon, to my free gift? Or maybe you need some help with converting in your strategy sessions. Maybe you don't have a hot, juicy program yet. Maybe it's just 1 session at a time. So wherever you're at, or maybe it's the fear of being seen and you need the inner game support. That's why we created Big Impact Live, our 3-day signature event. So we could go a lot deeper with you. And it's specifically for experts, speakers, and coaches like you who want to make a bigger difference. You want to make great money doing what you love, sharing your services and your gifts and your passion with more people. And ultimately, you want to make a bigger difference and a big impact in the world.
Without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. And so let us share with you a little bit more about exactly what you're going to get at Big Impact Live, and then you can determine if it's right for you.
So Big Impact Live, you're going to learn how to master our Speak Your Path to Cash system and make an additional $10,000 a month. This allows you to ditch technology overwhelm, all right?
And so today you learn the Speak Your Path to Cash system, but there's lots of distinctions and nuances. So over the 3 days together, that's what we dive into to really help you master it.
You're going to discover how to get more speaking gigs and consistently attract a flood of high-paying clients.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to learn the inner game of speaking to help you move from nervous and anxious to confident and certain every single time you take the stage.
That's right. You go from an undiscovered expert to a recognized authority in your industry, and it happens very fast.
Mm-hmm. And then this is great. On day 2, you're going to discover why landing on your niche is such a bitch and how to finally get the clarity that you are are craving. So if you're not sure what your message is or what you would talk about or who your ideal client is, this is going to be great for you. This one section is a game changer.
I mean, there's a reason why I spun my wheels around this arena. So, because I was meant to teach it. And
Yes.
Shannon and I just, we knock it out of the park for you guys.
And then if you are a little bit further along and you know your messaging, then the inner game pieces, the spirituality, the distinctions of the Speak Your Path to Cash system, it's going to be amazing for you.
Yeah. So you know how this works. You guys have been around. You've been on webinars before. And here comes the sales pitch.
That's probably what you're
That's
thinking,
probably
right?
what you're
Okay,
thinking.
here
All right,
we go.
here we go.
Yes.
And you're right.
You're right.
Here it comes.
We like to just live out loud and be transparent. And here's the thing is we want you to get comfortable making offers, right? Offers will change your life. So lean in and take notes and really listen to not just the offer, but how we're sharing it, so it sinks deeper into your soul and your consciousness.
And the key is to provide value. We have no idea where you are at, particularly in your life or career, but we have a pretty good idea. We know our clients and we know what you need. And that's why we provide what you're about to hear next, is because it meets your needs in a very powerful way. There's something different here. There's something very different here. Speaking is sacred.
And when done correctly and with heart and using God, source, spirit, whatever your word is for it, speaking is not only sacred, but it's healing.
Yeah.
As well. And speaking heals more than any therapy or book I've ever read. Speaking is what has helped heal my core wounds more than anything else. And it's so much more than making money.
It's about following your calling and living your purpose. When you see a speaker that lights you up, it's because they're following their calling and living their purpose. And they didn't just fall into that. They did the work. They invested in themselves. They decided that, I'm going to share my gifts and my blessings with the world, and I'm going to do what it takes to find the support to make that happen. So we've identified some problems with the industry that need to be solved, that you need to be aware of so that it can help you get your message out there. And you need to find the right, number one is you got to find the right audience for your message. We call it message to market match. Okay.
Because the speaking industry has changed tremendously.
Okay. So TED Talk has changed speaking in a big way. This is the new arena of what people want. They want authentic, enriching, innovative content. TED stands for technology, entertainment, and design. And these are the areas that light people's neurology up. And so they've really changed the landscape of speaking. And so you've got to be aware of your message to market mismatch. If you're speaking about something that is irrelevant to your audience, then you're wasting your time. They might like a few things that you say, but it doesn't matter to them. Okay?
And you need to find the right audience. You could have like an amazing message, but if you're not in front of the right people, it's not going to land. So you've got to have the right message and you've got to have the right audience for that magic to take place.
Without a doubt. Industry problem number 2. You must know what to say to promoters. Okay, it's really, really important, and we have a slide that explains this. Because the thing is you might get blacklisted. Promoters can smell an amateur wannabe speaker a mile away.
And so, when you opted in for this webinar, one of the gifts that we gave you was the list of 10 promoters who are looking to book speakers now. Promoters or event planners are bringing in speakers and they're looking for experts like you. It's anyone who runs events, leads groups, and brings in guest speakers. But that's the key is, I used to be a promoter, and it's pretty annoying, honestly, is every email, every phone call, every time I was out in the world, can I get on your stage? Can I get on your stage? I want to speak on your stage. I'm a really great speaker. Can I get on your stage? You don't want to approach a promoter like that. They will smell the wannabe, newbie right away.
Well, it tells them that you don't know how to act on stage.
Yes.
If you don't know how to get the gig, then that means you really don't know what you're doing on stage. You might have a nice little shtick, but you're not a pro. You haven't gone pro. They get in 20 to 30 inquiries per week from speakers with zero experience, and they're overwhelmed with requests. And they still have these gaps in their opportunity where they need great speakers, and they're having a hard time finding them.
So you've got to be careful of what you say to the promoters. because like Mark said, you don't want to get blacklisted. So you got to know what to say, what not to say, you know, and once you know exactly what to say, then it's pretty simple. They're like, oh, wow, yes, I would love to have you on my stage. And, you know, so tell me about Ling.
For Ling, she, after coming to our program, she said, I have 6 months of speaking gigs lined up and made $24,000 in 1 month. Before working with Mark and Shannon, I was struggling to get paid well for my passion of feng shui. I followed their Speak Your Path to Cash system and made $20,000 in 4 weeks. Now I have a clear step-by-step system for attracting a steady stream of high-paying clients. I just had my best month so far, $24,000 in 1 month. And best of all, I'm doing what I love.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Way to go, Ling. Yeah, totally. And so the difference in Big Impact Live is it's an authentic speaking system that attaches your essence, your uniqueness, your flavor to your marketing so you can make your big impact.
That's right. And it's delivered specifically by Shannon and I. Okay, so you're going to get 3 days with 2 7-figure mentors. We've gone on to make over $4 million using the Speak Your Path to Cash system, using Signature Talk Marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to show you how to master that.
So this isn't like a big multi-speaker pitch-a-thon event. I know, you know, some of you were hoping it was. No,
Right.
I'm kidding. But, you know, it's delivered personally by Mark and I. So we don't have a bunch of trainers that are teaching our content. And at Big Impact Live, you're going to get to connect and collaborate with a tribe of like-minded speakers, experts, and coaches. And I call our Big Impact Tribe, they're just awesome humans.
They're really amazing.
I remember Alexis, he takes people to Machu Picchu and they pray with the shamans and do these amazing spiritual journeys and everything. He's like, you know, the Big Impact Tribe, like everybody is so amazing. It's like they all have like this little Buddha within. You know, you talk to this person and they're a genius. You talk to this person and they're amazing. You know,
they're up to big things.
Yes.
But they're undiscovered and spinning their wheels.
Yeah, so you're going to get to meet really great people,
really
great
do.
entrepreneurs.
Really do.
And, oh, the hottest thing is we're going to create your speaking gig posse
Live at Big Impact Live.
Live at the event with these awesome entrepreneurs that you get to connect and collaborate with. Now, Big Impact Live is $497. And, you know, if you were to get even just one speaking gig, and let's say you totally messed up the Speak Your Path to Cash system and you only made like 50% of what we're telling you.
It'd still be 10xing your investment.
You still would have 10x'd your investment. Tell them about Destin.
Yeah, so Destin, he was already speaking but was still struggling. He goes, once I learned the Speak Your Path to Cash formula, I made over $40K in 1 week. Before working with Mark and Shannon, I was speaking on stages all over the world. I knew how to inspire a crowd, but I was struggling to generate a consistent flood of clients. Through Mark and Shannon's Speak Your Path to Cash system, I've generated over $40,000 in 1 week. I've never had this kind of success before. Their system works. I'm on track for my best year ever. Destin, he's gone on. He's just done amazing. He's really the head of he's doing the whole thing with Evolved Masculine and helping men all over the world. Just recently opened up a whole nother element of his business in Australia.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's got a whole Evolved Masculine down in Australia now.
Wow, really fantastic.
So here's the special we're going to offer you today, Big Impact Live. And with that ticket, you are going to get our Speak Your Path to Cash bundle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is really important because what we want you to be able to do is to get success immediately and not have to wait until the event.
And it's coming up right around the corner, August
About a month
25th to 27th in the San Francisco Bay Area. So you would fly into the Oakland airport. For some of you, you may need to move some things around in your calendar.
That's right.
You might need to arrange childcare, or, you know, we just got a puppy, so we'd have to get a dog sitter. You know, that's what we'd have to do. But those are the types of things that you do when your calling is burning inside of you.
That's right.
And many of you, even as we're sharing this, are really feeling the call and feeling the pull, and you want to learn more. So we're going to give you a whole bundle.
Absolutely. And that's important because one of the things that we teach our clients is to make sure that you're providing transformational value immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's what you're going to get in that bundle. Now, like we said, Big Impact Live is a $497 value. And then here's the bonuses that come with your ticket.
Which are super hot.
I mean, it's amazing. Okay. So number one, the complete system to getting more speaking gigs.
Okay.
This is where you're going to learn how to get in front of the right audiences every single time. We're going to take those 5 stars and 10x it for you.
Mm-hmm. And in that, you're going to know exactly what to say to promoters so you can get booked over and over and over again. These are the same scripts, the email scripts, the phone scripts that we still use today to get booked over and over again. You're going to take out Mark and Shannon and our picture and put in your picture and your brand.
Copy,
and
paste,
exactly.
Customize, send.
Exactly. Easy peasy. We made it as simple for you as possible.
You get 5 video modules. These are plug-and-play scripts and checklists via our Big Impact University web portal. It's all there for you to be able to consume. That's almost a $2,000 value. We have sold that program at that price.
Mm-hmm. I want to tell them about Marcy. So Marcy is a brilliant CPA, and she was speaking a little bit already, but not nearly as much as she wanted to. She saw us on a webinar, just like you're hearing our message right now and seeing this presentation. Probably about less than
6 months ago.
Yeah, about 6 months ago. So she said yes. She's an action taker and she's decisive and she made it happen. And so she said yes right away. She got 3 speaking gigs just by diving into the home study course.
And that was just before she came to Big Impact Live.
Exactly. Before she even came to Big Impact Live, then through her speaking gig posse at the event and what she learned at the event, she got another 3 speaking gigs.
She's off to the races.
So she's rocking and rolling, and now she's got her system dialed in, and that's what's possible for you.
Yep. The next thing that you're going to get with your ticket to Big Impact Live is our second bonus, and this is the inner game and spirituality. This is where you're going to be able to develop a powerful psychology and get your subconscious mind on your team to make business your spiritual practice. We're going to incorporate A Course in Miracles and other spiritual philosophies so that you can get out of overwhelm, get past your self-doubt and any sabotaging behaviors, and be able to do that really, really fast. Mm-hmm. This is almost a $2,500 value, and it also consists of videos and a whole bunch of stuff for you right on the web portal.
Mm-hmm. And what's nice is like you can get into state before your speaking gig, or, like simple tools, that you can implement right away. Business as your spiritual practice is a big theme that we teach.
Absolutely.
We like to say entrepreneurship is like personal development on steroids.
Right. And every great speaker has these inner game tools when they take the stage. Mm-hmm. So you're going to learn how to be able to tap into the flow, how to stand in your power and get past the fears that stop you. Okay, and that's a $2,500 value.
Okay,
well, then we also want you to be able to answer questions, because you're going to get this content, you're going to love it, but then you're going to need support on how to customize it to your unique situation in your life and business.
Mm-hmm. So this is 6 months of hot seat coaching with Mark and I. Okay, twice a month. We get on Zoom on a video platform, so we get to see you. You get to submit your questions in advance. You're learning from the entire tribe who's also going through the Speak Your Path to Cash system, and you're getting your most pressing questions answered every single month. And like Mark said, this helps you to customize the entire system to your specific business and your specific needs.
And that's almost a $3,000 value.
Yes.
And I'd like to speak to this for a minute, you guys, because with your ticket to Big Impact Live, you get this bundle. You get the ticket to Big Impact Live, you get the complete system to getting more speaking gigs, the inner game and spirituality program, as well as 6 months of support. Now, most of you have been in the industry and you know how this works. And we want you to understand that we believe in authenticity and transparency. These are not just values we pulled out of our butt. Okay?
Exactly.
These are legitimate values that clients have paid for and gotten tremendous value. And we're putting them together and giving you an opportunity today because we know you need help in saying yes to your dreams. Mm-hmm. We know that when an opportunity is presented to you, that there's a part of you that wants to do it and another part of you that holds back. And too often, too many people, brilliant people, are holding back. So this is a legitimate way, a legitimate offer to you to find the way to say yes to your dreams and to your calling. Mm-hmm. So if you were to add all of this up, you would have almost $8,000 worth of training, coaching, one-on-one support through Big Impact Support to be able to get your questions answered and start to get on stages and fulfill your calling, making a bigger difference.
And even then, I mean, if you think about it, once you master the Speak Your Path to Cash system, one speaking gig would pay for that investment. Like over and over again, you know? So, I mean, you turn one free talk into $10,000. Maybe we should charge that, actually.
But here's what I want you guys to see. I want you to see that this just isn't a whole bunch of shit that we're throwing at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a system. We specifically said, okay, so if they're going to come to Big Impact Live, let's let them know how to even get on stages before they get there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give them some inner game tools so that they can really sharpen their psychology. And then let's give them the ability to answer questions that they may have about any of these programs before you even come to the event.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is our gift to you. Think about it. What if you became the speaker you've been dreaming about for years? I dreamed of being a speaker, and now it's come true. And I waited far too long on the sidelines looking in, wondering what was wrong with me.
Mm.
What if you became the speaker you've been dreaming of?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at what happens in our room. People rejoice. They go into a different state of possibility, of excitement.
We rejoice and we laugh. That's actually Alexis, who I was sharing about earlier.
But I mean, look at everybody's face.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a smile. It's
Mm-hmm.
infectious.
Mm-hmm.
It's contagious. It's love.
Mm.
People feeling the divine downloads, allowing themselves to be seen, connecting.
To be seen and to see each other. The light in me sees the light in you.
Yeah, I love the eye. Look at their eyes, the way they're just peering into each other's soul.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful. You go through a plethora of emotions, healing, inspired by other people's stories of transformation. Going inward and laughing your asses off. Big Impact Live works. It's a duplicatable and repeatable system that helps you get on stages and monetize your message while making the impact that you're called to make. It's a tribe of joy, acceptance, and love. And this is what's changing the world. When you are part of a tribe that really puts love and change and transformation out into the world, now we're making the difference that we're called to make. And that is all inspired by what we've learned through A Course in Miracles. Mm-hmm. So why not turn your message into a ministry? And why not make your ministry, your business, your ministry, so that as you're out there speaking, talking about the things that you do, lives are altered and changed through the love that you put into your message. So Big Impact Live, Speak Your Path to Cash bundle, you've seen it. Okay, it's these four things.
Yep, there's the review. So you get the live event, Big Impact Live. You're going to get the home study course, so you can get the speaking gigs right away. We're going to help you get your inner game on your team, so you're not so freaked out, and we can release some of the fear that's holding you back. And then you're going to get 6 months of ongoing support, so we can help customize this entire system for you.
That's right. Like we said, almost an $8,000 value. You know that we're not going to charge that today, okay?
And here's the thing. Because we are speaking our message one time to a group of you all at once, we're able to give you a webinar special. It's a leverage strategy.
That's
so
right.
From a business standpoint, when you can leverage your time, whether it's through a webinar or a live event or a teleclass where you're speaking once to many, you can give that discount to your clients.
That's
and
right.
That's the way we like to do business.
And so if you've been to Big Impact Live before and you're planning on coming back, go ahead and type into the chat what you love about Big Impact, and let other people see the value that you've got and why you're coming back again. Go ahead and just type in, I love Big Impact because.
Yeah, like if you're already in the tribe, let them know how awesome the tribe is what you love about the Big Impact tribe. Yes, so the value is close to $8,000. The webinar special is $14.97.
Correct. So $14.97 allows you to get all of these things as well as the ticket to Big Impact Live. And I want to take a minute to really just talk about Big Impact Live itself. In reality, it's worth over $1,500. This is Shannon and I's life work. You're taking all my years of experience in branding, radio advertising, marketing, selling, neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, all the various experiences that I've had in my business career as a consultant working with some of the biggest brands in the world, helping small business owners determine how to sell more of their products, more of their services. everything from the small mom and pop to, full-size auto dealerships that are trying to double their sales and offering incentives to their sales team. I've done it all. And I love working with that heart-centered entrepreneur that wants to make a difference. In addition to that, we're bringing Shannon's feminine heart and her message and her leadership of understanding she grew the #1 detox spa in Northern California with speaking gigs and didn't even realize that was what she was doing. So when you look at this price, you're thinking, wow, okay, what do I need to do to find a way to get to Big Impact Live?
Definitely.
But we're not going to charge you $14.97.
We're going to give them an even better deal.
We're going to give you a smoking deal. Okay. So, there's going to be some things that you're thinking about. You can get it all today for $397.
$397. That is a no-brainer. We have payment plans, or you can do the full pay, whichever is easier for you. Find a way to make it happen.
That's right. So for just $397, you're going to get Big Impact Live, the complete system to getting more speaking gigs, the inner game and spirituality program, as well as 6 months of support to walk you through all the things that you're doing. In addition to that, at Big Impact Live, you're going to be meeting hundreds of people that are just like you, that want to be getting on more stages, that have a message inside of them, stuck change agents that want to make a difference and need to know how to monetize their message. And in addition to that, you're going to get your speaking gig posse, so that you have a mastermind specifically for helping you get speaking gigs all over the country, as well as in your own backyard. So there might be thinking, we're going to go ahead and back out of this and come in live. So you might be thinking, all right, so the dates is that as soon as you're given an opportunity, what begins to happen is our brain automatically looks at why it won't work. It's really fascinating how the brain starts to look at problems because it's meant to solve problems. So you're going to find reasons not to before you will find the reasons to go ahead and do this. So you're going to find things like, well, what about the travel? Well, we're kind of giving you a travel scholarship.
Totally.
So you can get your airline ticket and hotel. We got a great deal for you on the hotel. All of it's taken care of.
Yep. You can find a buddy, as soon as you register, you'll get all the logistics and the details. And we have a Facebook group, so you can, find a roommate and make it fun. Imagine from the event, you walk away knowing and getting the distinctions of the Speak Your Path to Cash system. You walk away with your speaking gig posse done and dialed. We give you the scripts through the home study course. Many of you will be raising your hand at Big Impact Live and you'll say, I was on the webinar and I've already booked 2 or 3 speaking gigs.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to hear that.
I know, because this is what happens every single time.
That's
and
right.
So we've done this several times now, and we know like I said, we know what's possible
Without a
for
doubt.
you. So if you want in, go ahead and type into the chat.
I'm in.
I want it.
We're going to tell you what to do next, actually.
Yes, totally.
So, so the biggest thing is you've got to get over the dates and the travel. I mean, if this is speaking to you, then you've got to come from that place deeper within that says, you know what, I'm going to make this happen. It reminds me of Jenna Rose.
Yes.
Okay, so Jenna Rose, we actually saw her at a speaking gig. This is a couple years ago. And we had offered her to come to Big Impact Live. And we looked over in the corner and she was in tears, and so my heart went out to her. I went up to her and said, are you doing okay? And she's like, she goes, I have been spinning my wheels for so long. And what you guys are telling me just makes total sense. She's a brilliant voice coach working with singers. And she goes, I've got to be there. But she goes, but I'm the maid of honor in my best friend's wedding on that weekend. And I'm like, well, you got a good reason.
That's
in my mind.
It's a very reasonable reason. No one would have faulted her. Yeah.
Without a doubt. And but what was really, really interesting is that she got on the phone. She just picked up the phone and called her best friend. And I think they were in a deep conversation.
Oh, yeah.
She was totally in the corner and talking and crying and crying. And she came back and she goes, I'm coming to Big Impact Live. And I'm like, what happened? She goes, well, my friend's been seeing me struggle. She's seen how brilliant I am, but yet she sees how hard and how dedicated I am. No one else in my family gets me. She gets me, and she sees what I'm up to. And she's like, you know what? I can get one of the other girls to cover. stay with me all the way up to my wedding, and then go and make that happen.
And it actually deepened their friendship, which was really cool. You know, some people would think, oh my gosh, she flaked out on her best friend. No, not at all. It actually deepened their connection and their relationship, because the friend who was getting married was taking a stand for Jenna Rose, and Jenna Rose was taking a stand for herself and her calling and that dream within. So whenever you're making a decision, whenever Mark and I are choosing what kind of mentor we want to invest in, and, you know, what kind of events we want to go to, we always ask ourselves, like, what would we need to get out of this investment to make this one of the best decisions we've ever made? What would we need to get out of it to make it worth the time, the money, and the energy? And for many of you, it might just be one speaking gig. Right. Okay. So we can help you get one speaking gig. We can help you do that every single month. What if you did that not just every single month, and you added, say, an extra 6 figures to your bottom line every year, but now you're really mastering it. You're using it to fill your events and your workshops and your retreats. You're making multiple 6 figures off of your hot, juicy programs and your packages. You're doing this over and over again. So you're getting better and better and better at it. And this is what's happened for, like, Jim and Cindy. They're a power couple client of ours. They're rock star. We call them rock star royalty at this point. When they came to us, Jim was in, 20 years of experience as an entrepreneur. He knew what he was doing. He wasn't so far off the mark, but he was far enough that he was still spinning his wheels, and so
not getting paid anywhere near his worth.
And the ups and downs of the income, and he had lots of sales experience, leadership experience, speaking experience. And then Cindy was just coming out of corporate. She's worked with Old Navy and Target, and she was brilliant, but she didn't know much about entrepreneurship. So they were just kind of starting their business together when they came to us, and very quickly they made 6 figures in their business. Yeah. Now they've gone on, they've been working with us a little over almost 2 years, maybe.
Almost 3.
Yeah. And they've made over $2 million in their businesses using the Speaker Path to Cash system. For some of you, you might want to do it more on a part-time basis, and that's cool too. Once you know the rules of the game, you can decide how you want to play it. So let's go. MJ is saying, this tribe is amazing. Yeah. Yay! Melody says it really is a no-brainer. It's true.
And it's interesting. We had a speaking gig down in Orange County the other day, and it was such a simple flight. I mean, you just jump on the plane within a little over an hour, you touch down. So from Southern California, even from Oregon, anywhere in the United States, you can be here in a couple hours. Well, it's really a no-brainer. I mean,
we have clients literally all over the world. We have a client from Malaysia, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and so you're going to meet the most amazing world changers.
People traveling like 20 hours one way to come. It's pretty powerful.
And like Nora from Malaysia, she saw us on write-off, guys. Okay. This is the way I look at it. Okay. We have been given such a beautiful gift from the IRS and from the government that all of your business expenses, all of your education expenses is a write-off. Okay. So the money is going to go out the door anyway. You might as well have it come back into you and invest in yourself, or you can give it to Uncle Sam. Right. I'm like, I think I'm going to invest in myself.
That's right. So here's, so you're getting all of this for just $397. Okay. And you can do it in 2 payments of $225.
And we'll show you exactly how to register.
So here's what you're going to do next. Okay. You're going to go to bigimpactlive.com/gigs 2017. Nicole will also post that link at the top, so you can just click on it and it'll take you right over to a page that looks like this. Okay. And what you're going to do is when you scroll down to the page, you're going to click on any of the buttons. I think it's a pink button now. It's no longer yellow. Okay. And you're going to click on that pink button and it's going to take you into your shopping cart. Okay. And you're going to see exactly what you get. So this is a picture of that. Okay. You're going to see that with your ticket to Big Impact Live, you get these 3 bonuses. Okay. You're going to get these 3 bonuses. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put in your billing information. So you got to put in your name, your last name, your email, all the things associated with the credit card that you have on file. You're going to put in your credit card information. Really, really simple. I do think that the card has been updated, so you'll have to choose on whether you want to do the full pay or the payment plan.
And those will be right there
above the green button. Okay. And then once you get your credit card and all that information in, just go ahead and complete your purchase. And you can do that directly or check out with PayPal. all there for you. So it's really easy peasy and simple. Okay. Now we stand behind our claims with a no fail guarantee. So if you don't get a single speaking gig, then we're going to book with you a one-on-one call with our with our head big impact coach to find out why, because we know the system works.
Yep.
So if it doesn't work for you, then there's probably some inner game or some things that we can help you with to make sure that you get value. And we know that with our system, you can turn a single speaking gig into $10,000 or more.
And that one-on-one coaching call with our head big impact coach, it's a value of $500. We pay her for her time.
Yep.
You know, it's totally on us, and because we stand behind our promises.
That's right.
And that's important to us. So even then, if you still don't get a gig after you've had your coaching session, we will refund 100% of your money, and you can keep all the bonuses.
That's right.
The home study course, the
That's
inner
right.
game and spirituality, you can keep everything if you still don't get a gig.
And I'm going to go ahead and extend this even more. If you come to, when you come to Big Impact Live, if the first day doesn't knock your socks off, then you can come up to us first of the day, say, I want my money back. You just give us your materials from Big Impact Live, and we'll give you all of your money back. No questions asked.
Yeah, we've never had to do that before. And you know what we know is that the system works, the curriculum is kick-ass, that you're brilliant, and you just need a chance.
That's right.
You just need a path. And why do we know that? Because that was us.
That's right.
And this is exactly what we had prayed for literally 10 years.
Yep.
I just wish that we had cracked the code sooner and earlier, but maybe we wouldn't have been as passionate to share it with you if it had come so easy for us.
That's right.
So we want to serve you, we want to help you, and we really want to support you in getting your message out to more people. People need your medicine, and they need it now.
So go to bigimpactlive.com, gigs 2017, and purchase your bundle today. And this is why you should do this now, okay? It's a no-brainer. You get $397 for 3 full days of speaker, business, and spirituality training with 2 7-figure mentors.
2.
Now,
Yeah.
I would jump all over that. Anytime I can spend time with someone who has the kind of love and relationship that I want, who has the kind of problem solving that I want, who has the kind of business that I'd like to have, generating the kind of revenue, the kind of clients, the kind of movement, the kind of rooms that I have. I would move mountains to just understand their thoughts, beliefs, the way they think, and more importantly, the way they communicate. This is really important. And for those of you that get it, recognize that $397 is about a month of lattes.
Exactly.
Okay.
The latte factor. You're going to get more speaking gigs and be recognized as the go-to thought leader in your industry or your niche. You're also going to we're going to help you overcome the fears and the self-doubt that's holding you back from having your big impact and growing your business. Okay, so here's the deal. It expires in 72 hours.
That's right. So in 72 hours, this deal will be gone. The replay will be taken down. So you'll have the opportunity to go back and watch it again if you like, or you can just go ahead and do it now.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and do it now. Head on over to that website page. Go ahead and do the things you need to do to, So, I mean,
Yep. You're gonna go. Oh. We want to tell you about the special gift. That's what this is. So you go.
We'll come back to that in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I want to undo this and chat with them and see if they have any questions.
Okay.
And we can show them how to do that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so hang in there with us. We're going to show you how to most profitable niches for speakers. Remember, we had talked about that in the beginning, so we'll show you that
We'll show you that in a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, so now would be the time to ask your questions about what you're getting. Can you post info about where to stay in the area?
Yeah,
cost
absolutely. So what will happen, I think it's Quadira. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, I apologize. So what will happen is as soon as you register, guys, you'll get an email in your inbox that says, welcome and logistics. Welcome to Big Impact Live and the logistics. And you'll be included in the private Facebook group. We've negotiated a hotel special on your behalf. The link will be there. Everything will all be there. The event will be in Walnut Creek, just outside of Oakland, California. So for those of you that live outside the area, you'll fly into Oakland, and we have all the details in that email for you. So it's super easy.
Good.
Yes.
And we do have the ability for you to do a 2-pay of $225 instead of $397 all at one time. So if you have a question, I mean, we have a lot of you still on the call.
Yes.
So if you're on this call, it's obviously really resonating with you. And if you haven't hit the yes button yet, you haven't gone there and said yes and put in your program, then you need to ask a question. Something's keeping you from.
Some of them might be over there right now.
You're probably doing it right now. Yeah. And if you have done it, go ahead and say, I'm coming. I'm in. And we can celebrate with you.
Yeah, totally.
You know, and so one of the other things that might be stopping you is you might literally be going, it seems like more money than I can afford. Okay. Money is always an objection, but it's never a reason.
It's not usually the real reason.
Yeah. So really, really think about that. If you're not going to do this, then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Shannon and I specifically made this program different. Okay. This program is different. This isn't about building a webinar funnel. This isn't about creating a Facebook ad campaign. This isn't about SEO or blogs or videos on YouTube. This isn't about all the complicated things that someday we hope you have the opportunity to do and monetize. Okay. What is being seen in this industry is you don't see how, you know, the internet gurus sell the easy button, and they have to, okay? They sell the easy button. They don't tell you that the launch that they talk about that brought in multiple six figures required a team of 10 or 15 people working around the clock for 6 months. And they have this hair on fire energy, and they're angry, and they're fighting, and they're bickering, and they're under stress. And a lot of people are saying, I don't want that. We don't want that. That's not the kind of game. That's not the kind of game we want to play.
Totally.
We're about
Elaine
conscious
says,
business.
"Yes, I'm coming."
Yay!
Elaine, the guest. I'm not sure guest, but guest is in. Yay! Guest.
Tom, you get $98 round trip on the plane.
Yes.
Look at that. That's nuts.
Awesome, okay. Tom. That's a sign.
That's a
wow,
sign right there.
That's amazing.
Guest. I don't know who you are. Would you type your name in so we can associate your name with guest? You said you're in. Yay! Elaine, you're coming. That's fantastic.
Excellent. Quadira says, if I go, of course you're going to come, Quadira. Yes, I will be driving from Nevada, and you might be Nevada City, and I might be able to carpool with some people from Sacramento or Roseville. Yeah, so that would be awesome. Once you register, we'll give you the link to the Facebook group, and then you can connect with people who are already coming. You can carpool, ride share, get a roommate, whatever. Yes. Sheeran, would love to speak to you about my specific mission. Think I am a bit advanced for this. Can you please advise a time to connect? Okay, awesome.
So Sharon, the way that we work with that is one of the best things to do is connect with us. So what I would encourage you to do is go over to Mark and Shannon Live on Facebook. And like us there and leave a message there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And can she ask a question here?
Yeah, go ahead and ask a question here.
Go ahead and ask your question, Sharon.
Yeah, so you said you have your specific mission. Tell us what it is.
Yeah, tell us what it is and what's your question around it. And then we can let you know, because we serve people who are some who are just starting out, although we don't work with a lot of newbies, honestly. Right. You know, you're on the court, you're out there, you know business, you know, whether you're coming from corporate or you've been an entrepreneur for a while. Our sweet spot is working with that entrepreneur who's been spinning their wheels for a while.
Right.
They know they're brilliant. They know they're a badass, and they are not monetizing.
You know, and just so you know, you're getting a small little slice of what Big Impact Live is. It reminds me of Jaya.
Yep.
I don't know if those of you who know her, she's pretty popular.
Yes.
She's been on Tony Robbins' stage, Mama Gina's stage. She has got tons of products. She's a sexpert. Okay.
She wrote 4 best-selling books. She was featured on The View.
She's really, really quite remarkable. And when she came to us, she was saying the same thing. She's like, I kind of am advanced. I'm thinking I need one-on-one work with you. And we said, come to Big Impact Live and see where you need support from us. And what she realized is she had gold spilling in the streets because she jumped past the foundational things that we teach, as well as some of the advanced things that we were able to give her. So you said your mission is empowerment for women and girls on tech and gaming. That sounds outstanding.
And she's been an entrepreneur in the social impact space and been speaking for a few years.
Very
fantastic.
Good. So Sharon, are you doing any kind of? Are you doing keynotes? Are you doing speak to sell, signature talk marketing? Tell us a little bit about that.
And then about how much are you making per month or per year?
Right.
That will give us, on day 1 of Big Impact Live, we do this whole section on the phases of business. We are a big proponent and a big believer in sequencing in your business. So you might be doing all the quote unquote right things that all the gurus are telling you, but you're not getting the traction, or you are monetarily, but then you're not getting the balance and the joy. Time freedom is just as important as the financial freedom.
So Sharon, you said you'd like to get more keynotes. Can you tell me why? And then we're going to circle back around you. I just want to remind you guys to head on over. Go ahead and click the link at the above, Big Impact Live. .com/gigs 2017.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. You see, you just spoke for the Clinton Foundation and Milken. Fantastic. Look at you go. Working on a book. Excellent. Fantastic. So make sure, Sharon, here I'm going to give you a little coaching. Okay. Make sure before you write a book that you have a platform. Okay. If you want your book to sell, and of course you want your book to sell because it spreads your message. If you want your book to sell, or if you would like to get an advance and be represented, you need to have what's known as a platform. So anymore, people like Hay House or Simon & Schuster, they are looking for speakers that that already have created a movement. They're looking for authors that have already created a movement and already have a community in place that can sell tens of thousands of books. So if you write your book prior to them, this is an example of sequencing. That time and energy could be spent on putting together a signature talk marketing that allows you to make $10, $20, $30, $40,000 from an own event that you're doing. Okay, what's happened most of the time, we see people go down this path of keynotes, and there's a place for keynotes, and then they always come back to the wisdom that we've shared. So what would be the reason that is keeping you from saying yes to the offer that we've made for you today? Okay, we've covered the reason of price. Like we said, it's not really a reason. What it is it's a fear of really committing and allowing yourself to take at face value what you're feeling in your heart.
And I'm gonna stretch you a little bit, Sharon, if that's okay. So earlier we were talking about the fear of being seen. Right? We were talking about the fears and the core wounds that stop us. And it was interesting because I'm not able to see you, but I must have been feeling you because my intuition was telling me to say something about the I already know it. Okay? And as experts, you guys are brilliant, right? You've achieved a level of success in your business and in your life as an expert, whether you have your master's degree or PhD, or you are just, you're like this amazing nutritionist expert, whatever your expertise is, you're an expert. And I'm also going to invite you to look for the pieces that you haven't heard yet, that you don't know yet. So unless you're consistently making, 3 to 5 million a year, Big Impact Live is going to be perfect for you. If that's why I was asking about how much are you making already. If you're in the 3 to 5 million a year range, it still might be a good fit. Like maybe you want to master events or you need help with leadership or team, but that might be more of like a platinum partnership kind of situation versus coming to the event. So if you feel comfortable sharing your income level, it's anonymous. It's just your first name. Nobody really knows who it is. So if you're comfortable with that, then we can give you a little more coaching around it. But
absolutely.
I was feeling like, because I know I can be guilty of that as well.
And here's the thing, Sharon, one of the things that we know is people work with us one-on-one, we'll drop $50,000 for that opportunity.
Yes.
Okay. So oftentimes in order to be even given that opportunity, they need to spend a few $100s to see us in Big Impact. And what that is it's like, okay, I'm looking for mentors. I resonate with this couple. I resonate with their message. I resonate with their heart.
Right.
And so now I need to vet them and they can vet me because we generally don't bring people for one-on-one coaching until they've been through Big Impact Live because it is the fundamental foundation of our entire philosophy of conscious business, which is really, truly turning your message into your message and your message into your ministry.
Quadira was saying that she leads laughter yoga.
That's fantastic.
And that reminds me of Linda Shively, somebie else in our tribe. And she's actually a grief counselor. And she'll be at Big Impact Live. We'll have to introduce you.
And we have Quandra, you're going to love Quandira. That's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
We actually do a lot of setting sacred space, grounding people, tons of laughter, tears. We intentionally take you through a whole roller coaster of emotions because that's how we learn.
Yes.
So you're going to get edutainment at its
Linda's
best.
here. She's like, yes, I'll be there. Linda Shively.
Yeah, rocking it out with Linda.
Yeah.
So we've been able to work out a fantastic hotel cost with you. I don't remember it, but it's cheap.
Yeah, I think
it's not like $200-$300 a night.
I think it might be like $129 or $139.
$139, maybe even less.
Yeah.
And we also have a forum, so you'll be able to get a roommate if you like that. So you'll be able to cut that in half. Yeah. Not a problem.
Totally.
Bring a seminar buddy. Bring a friend with you guys. Now, here's the other thing. If you are coming or you're thinking about coming and you want to bring a partner in crime, then what I would do is you have 3 days to take advantage of this.
Yeah.
So send them the link to the replay.
Totally.
Have them watch the video. Help spread the message.
Don't keep us a secret.
This is the day where when
friends.
these are the days when you share great things. And
Yeah.
if this resonates with you, you feel this is great, then share it.
Yes.
Let people see that they have a limited amount of time to take advantage of this offer, and share the love. We
And
certainly appreciate
Sharon was saying, thanks so much. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Awesome. Good. Yay. With the coaching that we were giving her. Awesome. Yay. Quadira. Ooh, I'm also skilled at setting sacred space. Yay.
Flowers,
Excellent.
fabrics,
yes,
candles.
you want to connect
Yeah.
with us in person.
Great.
Cool.
Can't wait to see you there.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Can't
sign
wait
up.
to
We'd
see you.
love to have you at Big Impact Live.
Yes.
You know, so here's the thing, you
Give
guys.
them the link again, right?
Yep. So the link is Big
Oh,
Impact
it's in the
Live.
chat. Yep.
It's in the chat, bigimpactlive.com/gigs 2017.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so basically there's, you know, you also might have to deal with a business partner or a spouse. You know, your spouse might be going, all right, here it comes again. You want to spend money and go to another event because this is the answer to your woes. And they've heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
Been there, done that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Not with me.
Not with you. I get support from her. But here's the thing, you guys, they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can be so resistant and so fearful at your resolve. And it's our resolve that got us the results.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They can be fearful because you're getting hit with, it can be hard.
Yes.
You're getting hit, but you're being called from something deeper to get out there and get your message heard.
Yes.
It's something within you, but not of you.
Yeah.
And it's pulling you, and you do not have a choice, and they don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only a matter of time. There are a reason. What happens is after you go through the struggle, you see and you start discerning who you're going to opt into. You've been going through the struggle. You're like, you know, I've seen that. I've done that. I've seen that. I've done that. And then all of a sudden you start seeing someone, or you opt in, and it's different. Because you've been called to by their vibration.
Mm-hmm.
If you're still on this call, you're vibrating with this baby.
Yes.
You can feel the frequency.
Totally.
Okay. They don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is where you have to take a stand to believe in and amp that frequency up to another level.
Yeah.
And sometimes it might mean having a conversation that can be a little bit challenging.
Mm-hmm.
It might even involve a conscious conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But from that conflict comes a loosening of the grip for both you and your partner.
Yeah.
And bring them with you.
Yeah.
Bring them with you.
Mm-hmm.
Allow them to see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We would love the opportunity to bring your spouse, your business partner, and we'll show them how this industry is making a difference in the lives of people that hear your message.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's a really good point. And, you know, as an entrepreneur, it can be pretty isolating. You know, I know that before Mark and I got together, you know, I was single, I was working from home, I was an entrepreneur, you know, so I was alone a lot. You know, I had my 2 little dogs, and, you know, I used to joke to my girlfriends, I'm like, where am I going to meet Mr. Amazing? You know, unless he's going to be the UPS man and literally like rings my doorbell, where am I going to meet him? You know,
Right.
Mark and I ended up meeting at a seminar, interestingly enough. So, hey, ladies, single ladies, you never know. We've got awesome conscious men.
You know, and here's the thing, you guys, if a $397 price point is an issue, you better take a look in the mirror.
Yeah.
If you're having to raise those funds, something's not right with your thinking. And you're not being of service to the people that hear your message because you got money shit going on. And I mean that lovingly. That comes from the nicest place.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have had mentors call me on my money shit years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to be confronted and disrupted from the patterns that were keeping me stuck.
Yeah.
So if you are right now, you're like, oh, I'd love to go. I'll see if I can raise the funds, or that's too much money. And you're afraid to drop $397 on a transformational program. Like I said, take a look in the mirror. It's gut check time.
Yeah.
You can't let that be something that stops you. In this world is abundant.
Mm-hmm.
There is more money out there to be made when you have your message and you're living your calling. And if you're not making it, you're not living your calling.
And if you're in that situation where you're like, I don't know where I'm going to get the $400 from, first of all, start to say, how can I? Instead of, I can't afford it. How can I afford it? You know, Mark and I have both had to get really creative when we've invested in our own education. You know, I've done pet sitting, babysitting, sold stuff, like extra stuff laying around in the garage, whatever, you know, offered some extra services to raise the funds. But having that resource resourceful mindset. And if you don't have the extra $400, then guess what? You need this training and you need it now. Okay. We want you to never be in this situation again when money is so tight. Let's have an abundance flowing in, an avalanche of clients and income and speaking gigs and impact and movement. And literally this decision for many of you right here, right now, this decision is a turning point moment.
That's right.
We have had so many people come through the program and rock stars emerge and move on to 6 and even 7-figure income doing what they love. And every single day on our Facebook page, people are saying, thank you, Mark and Shannon. Thank you, Mark and Shannon. Thank you for what you guys had to go through in order to take a stand for us. Wait till you meet the Big Impact Tribe. They are the most awesome people that you'll ever meet. Other entrepreneurs who are playing the same game as you, so you don't have to be alone anymore.
Yeah, you know, baby, it really reminds me, in 2009, I was in the midst of about ready to have a divorce. My ex-wife and I had a pretty horrible tragedy. She lost her parents, and all of that just created a tremendous amount of financial and emotional stress in our life. So it was 2009. I'm about 45 pounds heavier than I am now. El Porco. My face was all around. And I was really struggling with my self-concept. And I made an investment in a speaker coach. It was a $15,000 investment. We didn't have the money. And I put it on an old credit card she didn't know I had. And I just remember looking in the mirror. We weren't relating anymore, so I was completely alone. I had just moved to California, hardly knew anyone. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know. I'm like, I can't go get a job. I can't get a job. I'm kind of unemployable. You know, I've been pursuing Mark. I mean, I could get a job, but it would be hard. I would get paid less than I'm worth. And this was right after 2008, so there weren't a lot of jobs. But I knew, I had a knowing. I said, I have to do this. And you know what? When you really look back on it, investing in yourself is what entrepreneurs do. Connie said right here, I spent $45,000 in programs. You guys rock. Where were you guys last year? So see, what happens is that people are investing in programs that are putting the cart before the horse. They're not giving you, and they're good people. They're just selling their expertise, but they don't understand how people are receiving that information and implementing it. They don't understand that when they implement things that don't work, that they don't work, they might work for you, but not for them. And this system will work because it's the foundational element of all marketing, your message. That's what it comes down to, what you say and making sure it resonates with your client and doing that with heart. It all starts there. And you might have to put, like Connie, you might have to put tens of thousands of dollars. Shannon and I, between the two of us, we have invested over $100,000 each beyond graduate school in learning how to run a business and how to step into our power. And that money was not sitting around. We took risks. We made bold, scary ass fucking decisions, okay, that manifested opportunity in our life because we had a resolve. Okay, so you've got to find a way. You've got to understand that the path of a conscious business owner is making the money to reinvest back into your own consciousness, your own business acumen, your own messaging, so that you can go out there and share it with the world. And who you become in that process is awesome. There's no other process. There's no other incubator like entrepreneurship that's going to allow you to step into your power and inspire the masses.
Baby, that was great.
You know, well, it's true.
It's so true.
It's true. So you've got to recognize that an investment in yourself, if you're playing in the business game, the coaching game, the speaking game, if you're going to play that, then start investing in yourself and don't let $500 be a barrier to entry, or you're clouding up the space and you're getting in the way of the people that are ready to make it happen. The clients that are looking to make something happen need to hire people that are in their power.
Yes. And it reminds me of one of our clients, Crystal Oliveras, who she's awesome. She's in Big Impact University. She's part of our tribe. And when she first came to us, she was in a couple other programs. One was with a colleague of ours who's a great guy, but he specializes in online funnels and internet marketing and infopreneur. Okay. And she, you know, and then she was doing that. And then she was also working with another gal who really
Kind of
specialized.
put this on hold while she was doing that.
Yeah, yeah. So she was doing that, and then she was also working with another gal that she didn't realize it at the time, but looking back, she's like, you know, she's really great for like somebody that needs to go from like 7 figures to, you know, maybe they're already at about 1 million a year and they want to go to 3 or 5 million a year. Like she's great with like raising capital and that kind of stuff. And she's like, okay, so now that I've learned the phases of business, which you're going to learn on day 1 of Big Impact Live, and it literally will,
life-changing.
like it'll blow your mind. Like it's the hard knocks that we had to learn on the court the hard way, and we break it all down. And she's like, now that I know the phases of business, I'm not making my mentors wrong. Like it's not that they were bad or wrong or evil or anything like that, but I didn't realize the phase of business that I was in. So when I made that decision, it was not the wise decision for me at that time. What I needed was like a phase 1 or a phase 2. So it's about profitability and leverage. That's basically what Big Impact Live is all about.
Yep.
Helping you get profitable and then helping you leverage it. So if those are the pieces that you need, this is going to be perfect for you.
You know, the real key is that your business doesn't start online.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you are already a technology and internet marketing guru, your business starts with speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And then you make the money to hire the people to take you online.
Yes.
Okay. That's the distinction. And this is the place to start.
Totally.
So Connie, so excited for you. Love that you're investing in yourself.
Totally.
And now that we found you, can't wait to meet you. Looking forward to seeing you.
Guest is like, I hear you. That was great.
That was
Yay!
great.
Awesome.
So we're going to go ahead and
we can open it up for any questions.
oh, actually, they're typing them
Yeah,
in.
okay,
So
if you have any other
we don't have the
questions
ability to give
before-
them audio.
I know, unfortunately. But if you have any questions before we call it a night, go ahead and put it in the chat and we can answer your questions.
I'm gonna show those of you that stuck with us. We're gonna give you that extra value.
Oh yeah,
okay?
I forgot about that. I knew there was something else.
Showing you how to get over there. Okay, so when you get to bigimpactlive.com/gigs 2017, you are going to scroll down to the very, very bottom. Sorry, you've seen all this. All the way to the very, very bottom, and you're going to see this right here, download 6 most profitable niches for speakers. So go ahead and click that download. You don't need to opt in or anything. It's a PDF, and it's your special report that'll help you see, okay, how do I need to take what I'm doing and stick it into one of these niches so that I can really start to get paid what I'm worth.
Yeah, okay. Totally. So that's our free gift to you. And head over to bigimpactlive.com/gigs 2017. Get your webinar bundle, the Speak Your Path to Cash bundle. You can select if you want to do the full pay or the payment plan option, and that deal will expire in 72 hours.
So
yes.
Make sure that you take immediate and prompt action, which is what all winners in life and love do.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon took immediate and prompt action in seducing.
That's right. I seduced you. I'm so glad I did. Yeah. So the world, he wishes I seduced him. Right. We'll tell you that story at Big Impact Live too. Yeah.
So the world needs your special message. It needs your tribe needs your gifts. What are you waiting for? We would love to support you in making the difference that you're called to make. And we really believe in you. And on Big Impact Live, you guys, you can't put it into words. What I'd like to tell you, it's like Tony Robbins meets Eckhart Tolle.
With Bon Jovi.
With Bon Jovi.
And rock and roll.
And rock and roll. I mean, it really is. We use music and storytelling and meditation and all these things to help you get in touch with that deeper voice that occasionally you hear but very seldom are able to honor.
Yes.
And we show you how to allow that to be the thing that drives you.
Totally.
So the URL, go ahead and go to bigimpactlive.com/gigs 2017.
Quadira was saying,
and you go all the way to the bottom of the page, and you'll see the download, and that is the link for the free gift there.
Mm-hmm. And it says 6 most profitable niches for speakers, all the way at the bottom. And Quadira was saying, haha, I have been attempting to grow my business online for years without success. Yes, we feel you, girl. How can I connect with you in person before the event, Mark and Shannon? So yeah.
Quadira, we'd love to, but we're at a point to where we are in huge demand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our time is we're like $2,000 an hour consulting, $10,000 a day. So we don't have the ability to connect with you except in places where we create an opportunity for that to happen.
Yeah.
Please like Mark and Shannon Live on Facebook. That is one way to connect with us. But we're, one of the downsides of having a great message that resonates with people is that you basically have 2 problems in business. No money or no time.
Mm.
And as you make money, your time starts to go away.
Yeah, and also what we've done for you guys, for those of you that decide to take advantage of the Speak Your Path to Cash bundle and you come to Big Impact Live, in the Facebook group, Mark and I are in the Facebook group all the time. So if you want to get around us, sign up, ask your questions in the Facebook group. You'll be learning from the tribe. You'll be getting the support. You'll be on the support calls. So that really is the best way to connect with us.
Quadira, I want to acknowledge you. You ask for what you want.
Yeah.
You asked to do some laughter yoga at our event. You asked for spending some time with us. And, we're mentors, not yes people. and I want to tell you, what I tell you is I would love to have an opportunity to work with you, to allow you to own your personal power so that when you make those requests, you get yeses. And you're in such high demand that you're in a place where you have to sometimes tell people no.
Yeah.
That you create avenues. When you have so many people wanting to understand what you do and having such value that they want to spend time with you, you've got to create an opportunity where they invest in themselves so that the cream rises to the top. Shannon and I don't invest our time with people that don't invest themselves.
So we hope you decide to join us. And Elaine says, can't wait to meet you both, coming all the way from New York.
Yay, Elaine!
Yay,
that's fantastic.
Elaine! Excellent.
Shannon was born up near the Poconos.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
Grew up there.
Yeah, my whole family is either in Pennsylvania or upstate New York. So I know that area really well, and I love the city. If you're in like Manhattan, New York City, it's great. Let's see. Guest says, yes, I'm already registered. Woohoo! Yay! Excellent. Yeah, and feel free to pass the link on to any other speakers, experts, coaches that you know.
Especially brilliant people that are not getting paid what they're worth or aren't getting known for their expertise.
Yes. Don't keep us a secret. You know, spread the wealth, spread the message. Like I said, the offer is for 72 hours. So hop over there and refer your friends. And we will see you on the Facebook group and at Big Impact Live. And for those of you that are joining us, come up to us at the event and let us know, hey, I was on the webinar, so we can put a face to the name. That's always fun.
And remember, rock stars wear sunglasses.
That's right.
So put your shades on, rock out, make your life, your message fun, and make the impact you call today.
Oh, yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.